Okay, we go into another game on Infernal Shrines, and we have the Sandwich Monkeys after they just took down Team Cooler Master, now facing off against Go. So the Polish team, I think they're already qualified actually for the playoffs. With them being in the semifinal, they have a very good shot of just getting enough points so that they qualify for the playoffs here. But I'm not 100% certain. I didn't get a chance to look at the standings between games. They might have to win this one. I don't know for sure, but yeah. A ban on Diablo already. Okay, this is actually interesting because what they are currently indicating is that once again they are most likely not taking Tyrande. Go is likely to ban her out, but if they don't, then the chances are that the Sandwich Monkeys are starting with the Kelthas again and are just simply attempting to ban out the tanks that would combo with Tyrande. We've seen that strategy in picks and bans already before, and it worked actually extremely well because Tyrande is in herself not really all that great. She's still good, don't get me wrong, like she's a great hero, but the OP part that a lot of people complain about comes from her comboing off the stun and the extra damage with another stunner. So it's like that combo potential, Diablo Tyrande, Muradin Tyrande, that really brings that OP factor in. She herself, if she doesn't get anybody, if she doesn't really have anybody that helps her with that stun and that focus meta, is not that strong anymore as she is before. That's why we are seeing the Sandwich Monkeys even with the Thrall. They're just saying like, yeah, screw it. And right now, but now suddenly, it's a little bit different. Because now Go has a chance to go Tyrande plus tank. And they could go Tyrande Muradin, for example. So it's a little bit different from the ban strategy that we saw the last time when that attempt was made to actually put that in. So... yeah, there we have it. Falstad taken. There's no Tyrande yet. What's going on? Alright, Go. What are they gonna do? I mean, she's gonna be picked eventually, right? There's no way that Tyrande is not gonna be banned out or picked at some point, and I guess they go Falstad Muradin, and the Sandwich Monkeys cannot think if they want to go Tyrande. But they actually prefer, as a healer, to have Tassadar. They like to play that solo Tassadar. They love to do it. It's why oftentimes Tassadar is target banned against them. This is actually getting really interesting. This draft is getting a bit insane. We could see Tyrande banned in the second ban. What are the Sandwich Monkeys going to do? Are they going to lock her down? Or are they just going to say like, nah, we want Tassadar? Okay, let's see. Okay, Reyna. Thrall Reyna to start things off with. Still not Tyrande taken. There's a couple of tanks that you could get now as well. Of course, Johanna is very powerful here, as is Leoric, for the reasons that we mentioned in the last draft, that you have all the AoE damage also. And Johanna it is. Okay, makes sense. No Tyrande taken yet. No Tyrande. So Johanna has been taken now. And I guess Sandwich Monkeys are going to ban her out. I highly doubt that the Polish team is going to ban Tyrande at this point because they have the next few picks and, well, they have Muradin, so why would they? That would be a bit suicidal, to be honest. I would ban Tassadar. If I was them, I would ban Tassadar at this point. They banned Sylvanas. I really think that Go should have banned Tassadar. Tassadar is a hero that the Sandwich Monkeys love to play. There's a Tyrande ban as expected on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys. Go could pick Tassadar now. They could actually pick Tassadar at this point. If they know anything about the way that the Sandwich Monkeys are playing and are drafting, then they know that they really prefer to go into a Tassadar play and would pick him away or either ban him out. Sandwich Monkeys still have a couple of really good options though, so it's not like their gameplay like hinges on Tassadar and it's not like make or break. They can go into a Charism still, they can still go into like an Uther with what they have here, but they prefer to play Tassadar and Go, they pick it away. So they take Tassadar away from the Sandwich Monkeys. They have Muradin Tassadar, they have the Falstad here. Still missing a little bit of AoE. Tassadar has a Storm, Muradin has a Thunderclap, it's all good, but something that puts in a bit more of a punch. Having a Jaina, for example, would probably be quite nice for them, or at least the Vala around. That's now that Sylvanas is banned here. So I think one of those two heroes would probably be a pretty good addition to the setup, and then you can take it from there and really react to what the Sandwich Monkeys are going to draft, so that you have a bit of flexibility for your last draft. It just leaves you open for options. So my preferred choice here would in this case now be, okay, Zagara. Zagara is nice for the control. I would have personally I would have probably gone for one of the AoE damage dealers that I said. Because I can see the Sandwich Monkeys now going to a Jaina. I can see them use the Jaina here, condemn with Johanna, get that Jaina in, and then maybe use a Karazim here for the heals at the front line. Could go into the Uther, I suppose. I'm thinking if they have a Thrall already. Thrall and Johanna, damage. Jaina would be really nice to just like get more control over the shrines per se, and also have just the opportunity to zone the opponent out a little bit better. Slow them down. Reyna has a couple of options then with this build. Vala, as I said, is also working. Jaina would have been good too, but Vala is really solid. I actually expected them to go for Vala in the last game. It's a matter of personal preference, as I already mentioned in the last draft. And it is Karazim as predicted, now that Tassadar is gone. And for Go, after Zagara, I would drop that Jaina. Well, actually, like, once again, they find themselves in a situation where they can go either for Jaina, they can add a Brightwing, they can go for maybe like even a second frontliner. No, it doesn't even have to. Could, for example, go for a Sonya here. Doesn't have to be like a second tank, but a Sonya would still kind of work. I mean, if you go into Ferocious Healing, maybe Warpaint, and Tassadar goes for Leeching Plasma plus Color's Embrace, then you can keep her halfway alive, so she has a bit of power. Because right now, the play that we are going to see from the Sandwich Monkeys is going to be rather aggressive. And I'm not quite sure if Go really has what it takes here yet. Zagara is going to be great for the lane control, but overall, I would have preferred another hero here. If they combo her with the Jaina, then they have the opportunity to maybe go into like a Maw plus Blizzard and a Ring of Frost, but they can also like play in a bit of different route. Tassadar as a solo support should be alright. If they would go Brightwing, they would lack the damage, I think. So personally, I would say Sonya or Jaina would probably be very solid picks here for them right now to round things up a little bit. You can argue in favor of Leoric, I suppose, and yeah, they actually do that. They go for Leoric. You can argue in his favor as well. Can definitely work out. I mean, they have Storm, they have Leoric with the Skeleton Swing, the Clap on Muradin, and they can use Leoric also as a counterpart to Johanna a little bit. They can actually think about an adjustment on level 7 for Leoric and go into Paralyzing Rage, since they have 3 melee heroes against them, so they can use the slow, and then maybe on level 16, if they don't need to go into Imposing Presence, just go for the double Skeleton Swing and then try to slow them down. That would be good against the Thrall, and I guess also slow Johanna down a little bit, so that would be an opportunity for them. So yeah, but as you can see, I mean, they could have gone into all of these heroes that I just mentioned. It's just really, all of them would have been viable compositions. It's really personal preference that comes into play here. The setups are pretty interesting though. So I guess we're going to jump in and we're going to see which team makes it to the final. The semi-final is starting here, Enter the Storm Europe, and we have Go going up against the Sandwich Monkeys. The semi-final of the Enter the Storm, and once again we are on Infernal Shrines. We have the left side Sandwich Monkeys with AD RD on Reyna. We have BKB on Johanna, Snow on Thrall, switching it around this time, with Styr on Vala and Sport Billy on Karazim. To the right side of the map, their opponent, the Polish team Go, with Go Terror on Leoric, Wolves on Tassadar, DCTR on Tassadar. Wolves is actually on false side, my bad. Ardren on Muradin, and IK side is playing Zagara. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty fun game here, actually. I mean, Go, they really needed quite a bit of points here to get ahead in the standings and try to qualify for the playoffs, and I think they actually are either already qualified or have to win this game. Unfortunately, I didn't get the opportunity to actually look at the standings and calculate all those points through before the game started, so we don't know for sure, but I actually think that they are now in at least very, very close to a playoff spot. They had 6 points in the standings before this entire thing here started, and I think overall they need like 12, 13 points to make it happen. So it's going to be very close for them. One way or another, it depends on the results of the other teams as well, and I couldn't double check all of the results that have been in the bracket so far. Unfortunately for that, I lack the time. But for now, we have up at the top lane the rotations happening, everybody like moving on lane. Snow, of course, can now start to bully good old Zagara here a little bit with his chain lightning, and at the bot lane we still have a 4 versus 4. Knight takes spawn again on BKB. Eternal Retaliation should be the level 4 talent for the reasons that we mentioned in the last game. The cooldown reduction when you're going for those minion fights on those shrines is pretty incredible. 2 heroes now with Seasoned Marksman, so already a slight adjustment on Thrall with its build that we see here. We have seen a lot of Thrall builds recently. And the one build that is, or the one thing that most of the builds now have in common is that on level 1 and level 4 you go for Chain Lightning. You can adjust then later on and either go into a Wind Fury style after that, or you simply go for the follow through on level 7 and take it from there. But in this case, we're having a focus on the auto attacks with Seasoned Marksman being used here, and that's something that Snow has been doing in the past already. So it's an adjustment that he makes, and we're going to find out how that's going to work out for the melee assassin. At the same time that we have now 1 minute and 30 seconds into the game, the shrine is announced. Keep in mind that most of the time we have teams still keeping heroes on lane to get the experience for level 4. Zagara is up at the top and is trying to push here. It's a Frozen Puncher this time that the teams are fighting over. And with the talent builds, we are seeing Vala going obviously into multi-shot build, which is the perfect build for this map since you are getting a lot of damage against heroes and against also minions out there. Yeah, already getting the first 10 and moving over to get the next wave here. Smart moves on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys. I like the way that they play this. We go in, take a couple of minions out, go to lane, take the next one. Level 4 is a little bit faster for the Polish team, but it shouldn't really make a big difference, especially with them already moving in to get a few of those minions, which of course grant experience as well. And there we have it. They're starting to win Fight or Flight on Reyna on level 1, going straight into focus attack here on level 4, and both the teams now very eager to of course get the first Punisher. As predicted, Eternal Retaliation taken. Sport Billy dashes out and uses the Healing Ward in the back. Healing Ward, usually not the best talent on most of the healers, but on this map it can be very, very powerful. We've seen it already earlier on Tyrande on the same map here, and you can just see the uses. It's very difficult for an opponent to move to the Healing Ward and take it down if it's placed properly on the map during one of those shrine fights. The fight's still continuing, and already the Polish team realizing that they won't be able to lock down that Punisher. So the first one ends up in the hands of the Sandwich Monkeys, and they are starting to use it to push the bot lane, while at the same time soaking top and mid once again. Hardened Bones for Leoric, going to keep him alive a bit longer. We have seen Fealty onto death a little bit more popular these days on certain maps. Nice jump on the Punisher, getting the triple stun in, and the wall is of course forfeit with Go Terror nearly falling here. But for now it's only the towers that they focus on, and a lot of damage actually on the fort as well. Wow, they really commit to it, and they are able to take it down, at least if they stay a little bit longer. Don't even overextend there. They poke, move back, have Thrall against Zagara still at the top lane, so the 4 versus 4 down here is still working out for them. There's another Healing Ward. Better safe than sorry. He got taken out a second later, but still BKB is able to move away here. Still had his Iron Skin up as well, so it wasn't really a big issue for him. BKB actually needs to pause the game. Gives us a bit of a chance to talk about what just happened. We saw them really committing heavily down to the bot lane to this, and one of the reasons why they could actually... oh wow, he actually needs to restart the game. Alright. Okay, apparently like Snow has a bit of an issue. He was the one that was up at the top lane here on his Thrall, and he went into Envenom now on level 4. So once again, we have that adjustment with Seasoned Marksman into Envenom. There's several builds around for Thrall these days, and as I said already before, normally we have Chain Lightning on 1 and 4 taken, which is the most common build. But if you are on a map where you get a lot of Seasoned Marksman stacks in, then of course that can help you a lot. And Seasoned Marksman is also what we're seeing on the side of Falstad, which is pretty much the norm after Blizzard moved Power Throw to level 4. So we have now with Power Throw and Secret Weapon pretty sick talents that actually harmonize very well. It's great synergy between them. With Leeching Plasma now for Tassadar, and of course at level 7 it's going to be Kala's Embrace. If you play Tassadar as a solo support, Kala Embrace is the talent to go for. It's the one talent that you cannot change, because you will have to preload the shields on all of your allies and make sure that they have those. And if you also go for Leeching Plasma, that's of course an added bonus. We're having in this case right now, when you're looking at the damage, I mean, it's a bit early already to tell, but just to give you a bit of an idea here, 7,000 damage also already on Falstad. We're still seeing 9,000 here on Reyna already. And in experience, we have currently the Sandwich Monkeys on level 6.5. So for them, it's going to be an earlier level 7. And the whole idea for them at this point is going to be to try and take those camps, maybe like move over here, take another Khazra camp there, and just slowly and steadily start to take control of the map. The one thing that they have to face right now, which wasn't really a problem in the last few games, is that they're up against Zagara, which gives lane vision. Zagara in general is of course pushing pretty hard, as you can already tell. I mean, Snow has a bit of problems here against her, but for now it's just the vision on the map that is really important, and that is throughout the game going to become more and more important, and most likely will result in Zagara going for endless creep to make sure that they get that vision. Map control is important, and like Zagara more or less gives you a legal map hack, especially if your opponent does not have that Tassadar that the Sandwich Monkeys usually prefer in that draft, so that Oracle is not going to be an issue. And it's most likely going to result, or it could result, in a Burning Rage on Johanna. Oh, Sport Billy! Yeah, nice kill against him. That was actually well done. First kill in the game as well. So we could... oh, There's Thrall in trouble now too at the top lane. BKB is starting to move in and is of course also going to try and attempt to take down a few of those creep tumors. But that is suddenly the Polish team with a lot of pressure here on the lane. The level 7 talents are now in play. And as predicted, Karla's Embrace, the talent for Tassadar, is taken now. Zagara did not go into Endless Creep, but instead into Battle Momentum. That's an interesting choice. Yeah, more damage for her. So that's going to help. Eternal Retaliation and Conviction. And look at that, we still have Thrall with Follow Through. So Thrall goes into Follow Through right now and is trying to go for these auto-attack damages. That combos, of course, very well with Seasoned Marksman. The important talent that you really have to think about if you're trying to go for Follow Through is especially level 16. Level 16 gives you the double chain lightning, which means that you can spam 2 of your abilities out. Follow through just basically increases the auto attack damage after. Oh, nice! They see Zagara and they take her down. It allows you to get a bit more damage in when you use one of your abilities. So the first few talents on the chain lightning usually just give you like another target to jump to, a little bit of mana regeneration and all of that stuff. So it's actually kind of nice way to get out of it, but the important talent is 16, and there's a couple of very nice choices as well. Snow, on the other hand, doesn't really have to bother with this now. First of all, he's getting taken down here. And I like the way that Go is playing this, to be honest with you. I mean, the Sandwich Monkeys are ahead. They are going to hit level 10 now, which is going to give them an incredible lead in the fight on the Shrine here, even though they are 4 versus 5. But I really, really love how Go is currently trying to be aggressive on the map with those rotations. Arjun misses the Storm Ball. There was a chance for them to actually like maybe get something done here. We have now once again Thrall back to business, and he's moving into lane, but level 10 is now ready in just a few more seconds, and that of course means heroic abilities for the Sandwich Monkeys, and here we have them. So this is going to be an Arcane Punisher in favor of the Sandwich Monkeys. I don't really think that level 10 is going to hit in time. It will hit, but I think it's going to be too late to turn the tide of that Infernal Shrine fight. Sundering, Blessed Shield, I have them at 34, 10 versus 10 right now, and they still go for the fight. Terror with also now Entomb, doesn't use it yet. Nice Hyperion. The Maw is good though, isolating 2, but he still have 37, 38, 39, and 40 minions now for the Sandwich Monkeys. So they are starting to go straight in with the Arcane Punisher, and that forces now the Polish team back. You see with the Mighty Gust as Avatar, the Force Wall of course, and yeah, this is going to be a bit tricky. But they so far still keep in the game, and I mean with that heavy focus on the Punisher here, they're going to snipe that down in a few seconds. They lose out on a bit of experience on those lanes, but if they fly over with Falstad with a carry pigeon skin, then they will be able to soak that in time. Looks actually like they're trying to get Snow here. They blast him down to the bottom. Mighty Gust, by the way, also slows. That's one that a lot of people do not realize, that it actually slows the targets down as well. Uh-oh, Divine Palm was too soon. Can they kill him? They can't, but Falstad is in trouble, needed to move away there, and DCTR and his Tassadar is also on the move back. So the whole idea here was to isolate Falstad, which didn't really... Oh! To isolate Thrall, sorry. Muradin dying. To isolate Thrall and take him down. They lost Muradin in the process. But a lot of people actually look at the Mighty Gust like this and say like, oh my god, they just misplayed that. And it's actually not necessarily true. I mean, of course, like the dream is to land behind the hero and like push him in. But even the slow alone helps you to get heroes in positions that you can take him down. And slow and Mighty Gust is something that a lot of people underestimate and don't really take into consideration. But for now, of course, the Sandwich Monkeys were still a very nice move here. They were able to save Thrall and then hit down Muradin, so that really worked out for them. Didn't lose him here, even though it was very close. But there was nice movements also inside of Slow, just reacting perfectly in such a situation. Level 12 versus level 11 now, and we're seeing still 2 kills versus 2 up to the top lane. We are also having BKB in position again, just like pushing this back. Vision everywhere for Zagara, even though there is no endless creep available on her as a talent. And currently down to the bottom lane, Wolf just like securing XP as well. Right now, it's really all about level 13. We're trying to get the extra talent for the Shrine fight, and that's what they're attempting to do. We're seeing them closing in on the next talent soon enough, and the Shrine has actually been announced. But, first of all, the move to the top, and yeah, Terror in time uses his Wraith Walk to get away. He was not, and he did not end up in the stun lock here, but still, level 13 is very close. And this is a very powerful camp that has been taken now. So this camp, if everybody moves to the Shrine, this camp alone could really start to do a lot of damage, which is why ADR, Sport Billy, and BKB are still lingering around at the top lane and taking out the camp first. And guess what? That opens up a bit of a time frame for Go to get level 13 themselves. And as predicted earlier, here is it. It is again, Burning Rage against Zagara's Creep Tumors. They don't have the vision, they need the Burning Rage, they use it. And also, it's not only against the creep tubers. On another map, it would have only been chosen for this one purpose. But in this map, it is a great AoE damage that you have on those shrines. Nice Sundering! Oh, and down he goes. Muradin is dead. Immer auf die kleinen Dicken. The dwarf is down, and now we have again Sandwich Monkeys in position on the shrine. Of course, by now ADRD, Snow, Sport Beasley, they are just like dropping these waves, and this is looking very powerful for them. Frost Shot now taken, a double. They also have a double Giant Killer now. First of all on Thrall, which combos nicely, not only with follow through, but also Seasoned Marksman stacks. And then we have it also for Reyna himself. The level 13 talents are available to go to, and in this case it is actually Leoric who went for Burning Rage as well. And you can really tell that in this case it's just because you do so much damage against Siege and against those minions. Oh, they actually entombed Johanna. BKB doesn't. Oh, the palm! Palm in your face, and they save up for the triple more. The setup! The setup, and they go in for the kill. BKB! Oh, he's low. He is dead. Oh, but the falls dead. He gets shielded. DCTR is poisoned. He's poisoned, and he gets away in the last second. Shields himself now too. It's a double kill for them, and they are able to go again onto level 14. The Punisher is at the bot lane in the meantime, by the way. They were able to secure that. So for now, we are seeing them just moving away, making sure that they're getting the defense started here. But that was exactly what they needed. A great double kill for them. 4 kills against 3 now. And the Sandwich Monkeys, even though they secured so far every single Punisher, are suddenly a little bit behind. The Entomb, and the slow, thanks to again the Mighty Gust. And Stier is low, but he is alive. Wow. Really close. And did you see that? That idea here behind it. You lock them down with Entomb, and then Wolves realized I can't get behind them. I use my Mighty Gust. It has a really low cooldown. It's only a 40-second cooldown. I'm going to have it up in a second. So if I Mighty Gust them into the Entomb, we at least apply the slow, and that will help us to just put a bit more damage in. And they nearly took down Vala. So really nice use here. A lot of Falset players. It's, by the way, for example, the mistake that I oftentimes make when I play Falset as well in my games here, is that I don't use Mighty Gust often enough. The cooldown is really negligible. It's very, very low, and therefore you can use that so often in these team fights. And it was a very nice attempt here by Falset. A bit aggressive, but it can work out. So for now, 15 versus 15. 3 versus 4 kill count here. We're having also, in terms of damage, to give you a bit of an idea of the output, we're having 27,000 on Zagara, 24,000 on Falset, 33,000 on Arena. Jimmy once again taking the prize here. Vala with 31,000, pretty close though. So yep, for now, in kills, by the way, we are not, so far the kills have been mostly on the front line actually, on the melee heroes, especially when we're looking on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys. Level 16 talents on already, and that means that we are seeing finally here the Tempest Fury. We have also the Imposing Presence now taken for Johanna. Blood for Blood, and of course Circle of Life on the side of Charism. Soothing Breeze is a talent we really haven't seen in a long, long time, and with the setup and the compositions that teams are using, it makes so much sense to go for Circle of Life to get so much healing power out of it. It's a great talent to take. After Mutalisk, Zagara went into the Brute expansion on 16. We're seeing Leoric now on 16 after the Burning Rage, also with the Imposing Presence, and of course it's hammer time for Falstad. Get that hammer in and all that damage, and they move to the top to take position here. So now it's really time to fight for one of those Punishers. The boys scale, of course, over time, and that means that right now is the moment when you really want to make a bit of a play. We're having, in this case now, again, Austin's Renewal on level 7. So, already going for the minions here. Can they win that fight? It's all about winning the battle right now. Oh, what an Entomb! A great Entomb that is being used here. Palm is not used yet. Oh my god, Reyna is dead. Palm has not been applied. He was actually locked down. What a perfect play by Go. But the fight turns around against them anyways. They lose Falstad, they lose Zagara, and now they're pushed back. But what an amazing combo by them. They went into the Entomb, dropped Reyna, it was close, and just before Charism uses the Palm, the Maw hits him, and he can't do anything. But they still lose 2 heroes. They're trying to go for Snow. Frostwolf Resilience keeps him alive. Unbelievable. Snow is still moving out there. Oh, but Thrall! No, he's alive again. What a frustrating fight here for Go, and what an amazing battle from the point of view of the Sandwich Monkeys. They are getting everything done here. It's a 3 versus 4, and the Punisher has been secured. Arcane Punisher in play, and it starts to move over in the mid lane. Very nice action here on the side of the Sandwich Monkeys once again. But Go is really doing whatever they can. I mean, in kills, the teams are dead even. 5 kills on both sides. Level 17 versus 17. And considering that they didn't take down a single structure yet, it's actually quite nice what we've seen here so far from Go. But now, with the Punisher scaling over time, of course, it looks like they might be out of luck. But really, you have to give those guys some credit for how well they are playing here. Consider that the Sandwich Monkeys in the standings are actually currently on 2nd place, that they've won several of these qualifiers, and Go so far hasn't even come close to winning a qualifier. They are playing incredibly well here, and they are improving every time we see them play, every week. But at this point, there's of course a pretty obvious difference still in play between the two of them. But the game isn't over yet. The Keeps are still all alive. They have their heroes back to business, and the game is not over by a long shot. They are level behind though, and that of course means Storm Talents are going to be closer and faster here for Team in Blue. But still, they have all the walls down to the bot lane. They have everything ready in the middle and up to the top. Only the wall has been destroyed. It also means, on the other hand, though, that there's a lot of experience to be had if you just take down the structures of your opponent. So if you win one Punisher, if you are able to win one team fight, you can take down a lot of structures and get a lot of experience thanks to that. And they are moving in, and it's a 5 versus 4. Nice Entomb, a great Entomb. The Storm Bolt hits, and immediately Mighty Gust again against Vala, pushing her down. Zagara, though, is about to die. Tassadar is low. Ardren trying to get away here. Muradin is down. The Sandwich Monkeys, they are just too experienced. They get a triple kill here. They were a little bit low with Snow moving in from the top, but now they are having achieved what they wanted. They have a triple kill, they have a massive lead in experience, and this is just looking absolutely fantastic for them. They already move in, they realize that there's absolutely no reason to wait for a Punisher or anything like it. They can go for the first kill on the keep without even waiting for a Punisher. There's absolutely no reason to delay that any further with 3 heroes down. They even rotate Johanna to the top lane to defend the fort, since there is of course no real risk to it. So the keep is down, have to move away. Sport Billy can just like dash in, and he does that right away. Way too much damage output, and now with the level 20 talents, as of course doesn't really matter. Again, the dash on Sport Billy. Entomb with a 50-second cooldown is going to be up for the fight again, or close enough. They're trying to save everyone else, but yeah, it looks very, very good now for the Sandwich Monkeys. With Nexus Frenzy taken on Reyna, with the Storm Shield on 2 heroes, that's so much sustain that we have now for them. And the Bolt of the Storm that we see on not only Vala, but also Thrall can of course also be used as a chase if they need it, or as an escape, depending on what the situation really demands. It's a great position for them. The Punisher that is going to be taken here will put them into an even better spot. 58,000 damage already on Vala, 52,000 on Reyna, and if you're looking at the damage output that we're seeing on the side of Team Go, it's still Zagara and False that are putting the numbers in. But look, for example, at that siege damage that we see on the side of Johanna. 160,000 now. She really knows how to play that. That's Eternal Retaliation for you, together with Burning Rage. And well, for now, everybody else is just like taking a couple of camps on the map. They're rotating down to the bot lane. Apparently they're attempting to fight here with the level 20 talents, and hell, why not? It's a 4 versus 5 though, and they need to be careful. The Mortar Punisher has been claimed, but Johanna is still up in the middle. So they need to be careful if they really want to fight here. But apparently they are willing to try, and Johanna moves in from behind. Entomb used to isolate them a bit. Mighty Gust pushes everybody away, but Johanna is in the middle, has used her stun already. We'll have another Condemner in a couple of seconds. Wolves with a barrel roller, I guess. Yes, moves away, and Tassadar secures the position with a Force Wall. So they get away. They don't have to fight versus level 20, but they still have to defend against the Punisher here. And level 20 is ready, but not for Team Go. They are half level away from it. They're attempting to take down the Punisher here, getting all the damage in that they can. Sundering is still ready. So is also Stray for Vala. She can use it if she wants to. Doesn't do that just yet. They go instead for that keep, and it would be the second one to fall, and there's no way to save it. The keep is down, and the Sandwich Monkeys are getting closer and closer to achieve the finals. Once again here, the heroes of the Storm Tournament, hosted by Gozu Gamers. Once again, the Punisher is already on core. Up at the top, more. Hyperion comes in, and Entomb against 3 heroes, but it doesn't matter, or does it? No, Sportbini dashes out, gets away. The Punisher is eliminated, and DCTR and everybody else on the side of Go is taking massive, massive damage. Terrible, terrible damage, actually. And now we're having again the keep eliminated. All of the keeps are down, every single one of them. It's all gone. Only a few towers remain. Ancient ruins, nothing else. Stier, by the way, is rocking that ugly, ugly lion there. I don't know why you would go for that mount. I think that thing is looking really, really ugly. Well, for now, though, we have... we need a badass lion as a mount in the game. I'm still a huge... I'm a huge... hugely in favor of Blizzard actually announcing like a very exclusive mount where you have to pay 100,000 gold for it and then you fly something like... I mean, I don't know, Deathwing or something like that. That would be amazing if you get a mount like that. Super exclusive, super expensive, but really badass. I would like that. I would buy that in an instant. It would finally be something that I can get rid of my gold. So yeah, Blizzard, we need to make that happen. Make it happen. Dustin, if you're watching, you know what to do. So for now, the core has been attacked, but they've defended. It's 20 versus 20 now, and that leaves us now with a double hardened shield with also epic mount on Falstad. I mean, we already saw that he really likes to be mobile on the map. And we have, besides that, one Bolt of the Storm and Zagara, which is going to make her life a little bit easier. So for now, everybody is just like trying to do their thing. We have ones at the top lane, again, another camp that has been taken here, so this one is also going to be de-pushed. It's all about the next team fight. It's the last chance. It's really the last chance for Go. They need to win a Punisher. They need to win a fight. The problem is that with the Punisher being at the bot lane, we could still see simply an attempt for core. They could simply just try and move in. So Go kind of has to win the team fight and then take it from there. And even if they win the team fight, even if they go for a complete team wipe, they would not be able to finish the game just yet. Or at least they should be. Here comes the Hyperion. They're starting in. More is used. So is also Entomb. Entomb didn't do too much. The ball, on the other hand, was pretty decent. Oh, Sundering actually interrupted. And they're starting to fall back into the safety of the fort that would assist him as well. So for now, Go can't really follow this through. Here comes the Sundering now, though. This time for real. Nice blessed shield. Good lockdown. Leoric down. Zagara dead. And the kill against Falstad. This is gonna be game. And over there to the right side, you can already see that the core is being attacked by a massive amount of catapults. The shields are already scratched. DCTR is trying to get away. They don't even have to battle with Tassadar right now, and half of the team doesn't even do that. They're just moving over here. There's 3 heroes dead, only 2 surviving, and Murin and Tassadar just don't have the damage output to save this core. This is gonna be game, ladies and gentlemen. The match is over. We see the Sandwich Monkeys again in the final of the end of the Storm Qualifier here. Congratulations, great play on their part. But also kudos to Go for a very solid tournament performance here. And we might see them again in the playoffs. Okay, everybody, that's it for the day. We had some really fun games here, and I hope that you enjoyed them and also the commentary. Of course, we're going to have more Heroes of the Storm action on the channel in the near future. So if you enjoyed the esports scene Heroes of the Storm, make sure that you hit that subscribe button on Khaldor TV and also like the video if you haven't done that yet already. There's going to be more European games. We're going to have more North American matches as well. And of course, if you're interested in the Chinese Heroes of the Storm esports scene, I'm going to have more games on the channel as well in the near future as those leagues start again. At the same time, though, if you have friends that are also interested in esports and in Heroes of the Storm, make sure that you forward the channel to them and share it with them. It was a pleasure casting for you today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed, as I already mentioned, and I hope to see you next time for more Heroes of the Storm action here on Khaldor TV. See you guys soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.